I think that we, in some strange way, are conditioned to believe that success comes overnight, that success is microwavable, that success can go into an air fryer and it can come right out. In some strange way, we are convinced that if, in fact, the journey is too hard, or that the journey takes too long, or that the hurdles are too frequent, or that the mountain is too tall, that maybe this means that this is not for us. Maybe this means that this isn't supposed to happen for me. Maybe this means that I'm in the wrong space. When, in fact, it's quite the opposite. I think you're actually right on the road you're supposed to be when it's hard. When something's easy, it sounds like it's not supposed to be yours. Oftentimes, we want the finish line without running the race. You have something that you're going for, and just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. It doesn't mean that this isn't supposed to happen. It just means that you are in the middle of a process, and you have to stay on that process. People ask me all the time, Deshauna, why'd you keep going? Why'd you keep going? Why'd you keep going? It's because I understood that this is a process, and that if it was easy, everybody would achieve it. The reason why it's easier for me to be able to stay on the road to success, whether it is through Miss USA, whether it is through 11 years in the military, whether it is through a master's degree, whether it is through the 7 years it took for me to become a notable speaker, whether it is to be an author or a nonprofit CEO. I understand the process, and I understand the road, and I understand that this isn't meant to be easy. Therefore, it is so much easier for me to climb this mountain because I understand the terrain that I'm about to experience. Each and every one of you needs to understand the road that you're on and the terrain you're going to experience. It makes it easier for you to be able to handle it. If you walk into something thinking that it's supposed to be easy, then you're wondering why it's hard, and then that's why you're ready to give up. I have two challenges in this part of perseverance. One, I challenge you to accept this road for what it truly is and get rid of the fairy tales. Get rid of whatever's telling you it's supposed to be easy. And then I challenge you to never let a failure go to waste. What do I mean by that? Every single time I went back to this state competition, I learned more and more about myself, that by the end of that 7-year period, I became a more elevated version of Deshauna. By the time I got to the Miss USA stage, I had learned everything that I needed to learn to be able to handle a national title. Every single year, Deshauna got better. After about 3 years, I realized, Deshauna, this wig isn't gonna work. It's not gonna work, D. You gotta let it go. Y'all saw the wig. We don't have to spend too much time on it, but there was a wig, and I kept wearing it. But after 3 years, I got it. Girls know I got the bundles in after a while. We got it together, right? What I'm saying is that every single time you run into a hurdle, every single time you run into a loss, every single time you run into a failure, I want you to take that lesson home with you. And then the next day, I want you to show up better.